Hi guys, Nathan from the 5%ers. Quick review to Gary Vaynerchuk's Crush It. Just finished reading it just before the formal review with Daniela this morning. This book has taught me a lot about humility and just giving things a chance, because before I read it, I had a lot of preconceived notions about what I was going to read, and I didn't think I was going to get anything out of it, to be honest with you, but it's actually one of the best books that I've ever read, and one of the best business books that I've ever read. And it has ideas in it that I can directly implement into my business right now. For such a short book as well, it's very thin. There's a lot of really good information in it, but it's packed within a very short, maybe like 10 pages, and you have to kind of get through like 2/3 of the book before you actually get to the real meat of it. From my point of view, anyway. I guess the idea that I had about Gary Vaynerchuk. I mean, we all know Gary Vaynerchuk. You know, he's perceived as being quite, I don't know, just quite playful and you know, just a little bit over the top sometimes. He kind of come across a little bit crass, but I have to say that he's done a really good job. And I think one of the reasons I didn't think I was going to like it is because recently I've been reading a lot of books that are from quite serious business people. And not to say that Gary Vaynerchuk isn't a serious business person. He definitely is. He's definitely very successful. But I've been reading a lot of books that that are slightly more, I don't know, academic, you could say, or maybe slightly more highbrow. And although I hate that term, but yeah, this book has been really good. So initially, before I read it, I thought he was going to be quite egotistical. He was going to be quite brash. He was going to be filled with a lot of generalisms. You know, as I was reading it in the beginning, I thought, yeah, these things apply to you, but these things you can't magically sort of apply to everyone. It's not going to work for everyone in the same sort of way. But I was definitely sort of proved wrong. So I'll just share with you some of the things that I really took away from it. So just about creating content and distributing it. I think a lot of this stuff we understand intellectually. So like, creating YouTube videos like this, short ones, but then how to distribute it, how to actually grow your audience, how to grow a community, one subscriber at a time or one audience member at a time. And a lot of it involves a lot of hard graphs. So for example, and we kind of know intellectually sort of how he built his own community with WineLibrary.com in the early 2000s. But he has this idea of create the content, then go and create a Twitter account, search for all people related or all terms related to actually the product or service that you're offering. So he gives the example of an accountant. So if you're an accountant, create some YouTube videos or some content, e-guide, white paper or webinar, create that content, search Twitter for accountancy related services, so tax and what have you, and then follow all of those people. Do the same thing for blogs, search blogs that relate to your topic or service offering, follow all those blogs, comment on all of the blogs as well. Do the same thing for Facebook. Do the same thing, for all the major social networks that you want to talk to people on, and then just engage in them one by one, and then slowly you'll start building your audience. Once they start seeing you returning back to their content regularly, posting insightful content, sharing it with your own network. Eventually they'll start coming back to your site. If you have a lead capture on your site, then you've then got the starting of a really good audience. And then none of this stuff happens overnight, right? It takes time. And he says, if you'll be looking to do this for years, but if you're consistent and if you keep on doing it, you will grow the audience that you want to grow. I've been struggling with this recently because I've been thinking, is our videos of doing one book review a week enough? And I'm thinking probably not, right? So this is what I'm going to be doing every day now. I'm going to be creating content, book reviews, just my general sort of thoughts on sort of what I'm reading on a day-to-day basis, and distributing it. So hope you've enjoyed it. Remember, success is something that you create through the person that you become. So become the best possible version of yourself. Daniela and I will be formally reviewing the book this morning, Gary V's Crush It. So make sure that you pick yourself up a copy, and I'll see you soon. Bye.